If you have a business idea, the one thing you absolutely need to validate it is a good landing page. But creating one can take days or even weeks. And most of all, it requires skills like copywriting, design, web development, and even market research. And you might not have these skills. So it might cost you a lot of money if you want to have a good result that would give a chance to your business idea to exist. Because this is basically where most of the good ideas die, just stuck in the head of the founder. But what if I tell you that I'm going to show you a way to go from this idea you have in your mind to a complete landing page live on the internet that is way better than what the average agency or freelancer would have created for you. But if you can do that in just 1 hour without any of the skills that I mentioned above. I know it is bold, but I promise you that everything I just said, this is what you are going to see in this video. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, it's all free. I'm even going to give you the templates I've created for you to implement your landing page and have it live directly on the internet after you watch this video. So how do we do that? When you create a landing page, you start with an idea that is like, it's not properly created already in your mind. So the first thing you want to do is to dive deep into what are the potential customers are thinking about the problem your product or your offer is solving. Then from there, you want to think really hard and find the right words to describe your solution and how it solves this problem. Then you need creative skills and design skills to create the image that will display this solution and implement it on the landing page. And finally, you go live. And these are the different steps we are going to follow. First, we are going to make sure we have a good business idea. And if you don't have one, I have a video here that you can watch. Then I'm going to show you how to do customer research, a very quick customer research, but very efficient to actually find the exact wording of the customer so we can use it in our landing page. And I'm going to show you 2 methods, one on Reddit and one on YouTube. Then we have those 3 prompts that are basically made one after the other, it's a chain of thought that is going to help AI, basically ChatGPT, to think step by step to process all the information we give and finally come up with the written materials for the landing page. So we are going to end up with a kind of mind map like that contains everything that is going to be written on your landing page. But obviously, we also need pictures. This is why we also have a prompt that is going to generate prompts for Midjourney. Stay with me here. We have ChatGPT that is creating prompt for us that we use Midjourney with, and it creates a bunch of images in the style that we want so we can use them in our landing page. Okay, now we have the written material and the pictures. How do we implement it? I have looked at all the different tools to implement simply but efficiently a landing page, and I came up with one which is called System.io, and I am going to show you or to give you a template to implement it yourself. So you just have to copy and paste, not even copy, you just open the link and you will have one of these templates. It's up to you. And in the end, you will end up with something like that. I'm going to walk you through this example so you understand why I'm talking about dogs here. But basically, we will have a complete landing page that is made from both the written material and the picture we've created. And you also obviously have the mobile version that work with. But wait, that is not all, because I don't want just to give a tool to create a landing page without you really understanding how does it work? What do we need on the landing page? Because once you have your result, you might want to change it, to tweak it, to make sure it is fitting to your product. And for that, you need to understand what is a landing page and how does it work. This is why I've created a landing page crash course to really understand what we are going to create, look at the different copywriting frameworks and understand the one we are going to use and why. And from there, go through every single section of the landing page to understand how do we use them to frame the user mind or the future customer mind into taking an action that is leading to buying your product or signing up or whatever the action you decide. And I also made a list of the golden rules that you absolutely need to follow when you create a landing page. It is a lot, and this video might be pretty long. If you don't have time to watch it yet, save it for later, because believe me, once you have watched it, you will have a skill that you can use again and again, and it will, or I hope it will, change the complete approach you have about launching a business, because everything gets simpler when you just need 1 hour between the moment you have an idea and the moment you can show it to the world. So if this is interesting to you, then let's go into it right now. All right, so just got myself a coffee and we can start. We are going to use a business idea I came up with. I just want an example. So the idea is an AI dog trainer coach for new pet owners. And actually, for the sake of the example, I will just keep that. So that will be my idea, an AI dog trainer coach. If you don't know about it, it's more like a GPT wrapper that just uses ChatGPT for a certain need. It could have been any kind of idea. The best for what I'm going through is if you have whatever, if it's a service or a physical product, just if it solves a problem. If it is more like something fancy that just people want to look good with, it can work. But if it's something that is solving a problem, it's just perfect for this example. So let's go with this one. The first thing I want to do is customer research. So I'm going to copy that as well as copying that. So I just pressed Ctrl+C. And now I'm going to first do it with YouTube. We'll start with YouTube because it's kind of fun. So let me open YouTube quickly, and I'm going to look for something that is directly related to the business idea that you have. More precisely, a video that the potential customer could watch. In our case, remember, we are talking about an AI AI coach trainer for dog behavior. So I can start by dog behavior. And look, if I have a video, I find a video that has a lot of, first that the topic is related to that directly, and that has a lot of views and comments. So let's go with this one. So obviously you want to watch the video to make sure it is related to the topic. So if it's related to your topic and the problem you're solving, all of that is just, it's a gold mine. It is full of people that are focused or very interested in this niche, in this problem, and that are just discussing with one another. It's kind of like Reddit, but it is underrated. Not a lot of people are actually using YouTube comments as a source of customer research. So what I'm doing now, I am just going to scroll down so I get as many comments as I want, and I can scroll for a long time because there are 500 something comments here. I'm not going to get them all. It's just to show you. You can have as many as you want. So now I'm just going to copy everything. All the comments only. Be careful not to get too many, because then you might not be able to use them. Okay, so I'm just copying them. Okay, let's go back here, and we already copied that and the business idea. I'm going to use ChatGPT now, and the first thing I want to copy, so Window and V touch, is the prompt. So I just copied this exact prompt. I just copied it here. Going back to the beginning, and here I have the business idea. So I just changed that with my business idea, which is an AI dog trainer coach. And if you read the prompt, it just asks to extract gold nuggets from a document that we are using. So the document we are using is where is it? It is this one. And now if I scroll up, you can see that I can scroll for a long time because these are all the comments I just copied. And now I click enter. Go directly down, see a lot of comments, and now look at that. So it says, let me just go back here. Only select the sentences that have a direct link to my business idea. Only mention short, impactful sentence with wording that every person in my audience can relate to. That is just because I was testing and it was not working the way I wanted. Now it works. And now I really have like just golden nuggets. Sending too much love to fellow reactive dog owners. Okay. Reactive, figured it's a word that people in this niche would understand and react with. Walking the dog, crying my eyes out in stress and despair at this reactivity. Wow, this one is a good one, actually. I'm not going to read them all. You can do the same. But basically, those are the wordings you want to use or the angles you want to use in your landing page. Okay, cool. What's the next step? Simple. Before we go to the next step, I would go and show you how you can do the exact same thing with Reddit. And to do that, we are not directly going on Reddit. We are going to GigaBrain. By the way, GigaBrain is free to use. There is another tool which is awesome. I'm not going to use in this video. It's Gummy Search, and I'm probably going to do a full video about it. But the problem is that not everything is free on this one, so I just wanted to use everything free on this video. Here, it is going to look for everything to the entire Reddit to find insight on what we ask. So here, what are the main pain points in for dog owners when it comes to training? Well, let's do it like that. I was not really inspired, but that's okay. Okay, pain points. So here you have a summary, but you don't want to use that because the summary is good to get insight, so you can read it, but don't use it because this is not wording. What we want is to make sure that we have what people say. And in this case, you can see that you have a different subreddits you found the insight from. And for example, triathlon is not exactly the subreddit I would have looked for. So you want to select the subreddits that you are sure this is a subreddit from the niche that you are looking for insights from. It does the same, but this time just for this subreddit. And we are not even looking at the actual summary. We want to see source threads. And here you have, for example, it found this. Here gives a summary. Sorry, the summary was here. Sorry. But here you have C12 replies. And then you go down and you have same thing, aggressive dog owners, blah, blah, C12 replies. Awesome. and see 12 replies again and again and again. Just for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do the same thing again and again. You get the point. You open everything, copy and paste everything, and use it in the exact same way that we used the YouTube comment here. And the result would be exactly the same. You will get a list of gold nuggets, sentences that are exactly related to the problem you are trying to solve with your product. And last thing about customer research, I'm just showing you a very quick way because I want to keep it in 1 hour, even though it might be a bit longer, but you obviously can dig more into each topic and maybe read and engage with people and do your proper customer research. Here's just a shortcut. It's a very quick way to have good insights for your copywriting. Okay, now we are going to run these 3 prompts one after the other. There is nothing complicated here. The first prompt is going to kind of contextualize the business idea, and it will also use the document that we just got, the information we just got. So I'm just copying it the way it is here, going back to my conversation with ChatGPT, and I paste it. And now it's going to give me a full business idea kind of document, really organized. So I have a name, hey, dog trainer coach. In the prompt, I say it should be self-explanatory, because we don't want to have fancy name. We want, when we test business idea, the name should describe exactly what the product does. So in this case, he came up with that. Not too bad. Gives a color, so you don't have to overthink the color and try and spend weeks on branding. It gives you like 2 fonts that you can use. Describe the product, describe potential features, potential benefits, and give you 5 potential target audiences. So what do you want to do with that? Basically, if you know exactly what will be the product, then you will interact with ChatGPT to ask it to correct the document with the exact information. If you don't have the exact vision of what the product will be, in this case, you can just read and see if it makes sense and move on to the next step. The idea is here we want to make sure what product we are talking about, what it does, what are the features, and what are the benefits for the future customer. But one thing we need to step is to find the potential target audience. So here it gives 5 different target audience. Here, the broader your market, the more narrow you want to be. In our case, AI dog coach for dog training. The dog niche is huge, and if we want to have a chance, we want to address a specific customer. For the sake of the example, because I've already done it and I want it to work well, I'm going to use the same as the one I've done before, which is the first-time dog owners. I don't want to go into rescue dog or reactive dog, doesn't matter. So I'm just copying that one. Okay, let's go back to the second prompt now. And here you can see that we will have to change the target audience. The second prompt is going to go deeper into the audience, the understanding of the audience. What it means is that it will go and try to find the big market desire behind it, like what they really want, try to achieve, what they really want in life, that your product in the end will be a piece of making them move toward this point, as well as thinking of the awareness level and the sophistication level, which are 2 things that are described in the book Breakthrough Advertising. I'm not going to go through that now, but basically it is, are they aware of the problem that they have? Do they already know some solutions exist? Have they tried the solution? So all of this information will change the way you address them. So this prompt is going to make ChatGPT think hard of these exact topics. I'm talking a lot again. Okay, so I think I didn't copy. I don't remember. Here, up. Going back here. And now I want to paste first time dog owners, this one. All right, then I run it. Here there is nothing to do basically. Only same thing as before. We just want to make sure everything makes sense. So you just read it again. If there are some problem, you can adjust by interacting with ChatGPT. But most of all, if you have done the job on the first step, you should be good. Here, interesting, deep pain point, overwhelmed by the amount of conflicting dog training advice available, anxiety about not knowing how to handle specific behavioral issues, fear of not being able to build a strong bond and trust with their new dog. And all of that, it came up with from its own knowledge, but also from all the document we used to come up with gold nuggets and so on. Potential objections, same thing. Okay. Now he thought very hard about it. We just copy this one. And this one is, it's a beast, actually. This one contains basically all the knowledge about landing page. Let's go through it very quickly. So your mission, basic rule of creating landing page. I'm not working through that because it is from the golden rules mostly that I'm going to show you later on. And then it describes, so definitions, what we want about the fold, what is a headline, what are the type of headlines, sub-headline, bullet points, every single piece of the landing page, the title, the sub-headline. Sorry, I'm going to show you this one here because you have exactly the name here. So you have the headline, sub-headline, you have bullet points, call to action. Here, going to explain later on why message from the founder. Then this is like the different pain points. Here it's a belief destruction paragraph, and here you have the desired outcome and so on. All these different pieces are described in this prompt. And in the end, the mission is to come up with all of them in a way that is specifically made so we can create this mind map. We could also use it if you don't want to bother creating the mind map. It's fine. You can use it like that. It's just I like to have it like that because it's a little bit easier to work with. So yeah, let's copy this one and go back here. And let's go and see what it comes up with. So obviously it's not perfect copywriting, but for the time it takes, it is a very good level of copywriting. And in the end, you will always get a point where you properly describe your product and the problem you're solving. Okay. So now we have everything. We have two next steps. The first one is the mind map, and then we are going to have some fun and create the images in Midjourney. Let's start by creating the mind map. Here, I need to move from this conversation to a GPT. Okay, this is this one, whimsical diagrams. You can just look for it if you don't find it directly, but it is one of the most used. And now I'm just going to copy what we just copied here, which is the structure of the mind map. And then I press enter, and I'm waiting a little bit. I might pause here because generally it takes a while. Okay, I just saved you 2 minutes, the time that he was rewriting everything, and he says, okay, now I'm going to create it. Say, okay, go. Now it's going to create it and to give me the link so I can access it to through Whimsical. If you don't have an account yet, it will make you create one, but since I have one, it directly creates the mind map. And here everything will be a lot simpler. If you remember the different pieces, then there we have them. So headline, you have 6 headlines depending on the type of headlines you want to choose from. Subheadline, same thing. You have different bullet points. You can select the ones that you want, different call to actions, message from the founder, I'm coming there, and so on and so forth. You have the whole landing page that is here. Going back to our master plan, now we want to create the images, and this is going to be quite fun actually. So I'm just simply copying this prompt and I'm going back to my first conversation with ChatGPT, which already has all the information. I'm copying here, and enter. And now, oh, I forgot to tell you something about this prompt while it is generating. Actually, I didn't. Yeah, here is the style you should mention your prompt. Here, I'm going to write that in red because this is what you want to modify if you want to have a certain kind of images. And in this case, this is the name of this style. It gives things like that. But maybe you want more realistic things. Maybe you want a comic style. The best way to do it is to go to Midjourney. I'm going to show you that right now. So you go to the homepage of Midjourney, you explore the different images, and basically if you click on one, then you can find insights of the style that was used. Or you have another way, which is to upload the image in Midjourney and to ask to describe it. You know, if you find some, for example, a similar brand or not related brand that has pictures, images, style that you like, then you can simply grab those pictures, go into Midjourney and say, describe it. It will give you different description and you kind of combine it and understand what is the style that Midjourney sees behind these images. You get this style and then you go back here and you change that. You make it in this prompt. And then, only then, you do what I have done, which is just copying and pasting the prompt. So instead of having create a semi-realistic digital illustration with vibrant and warm brush strokes, then you will have all the prompts containing your own style, the one that you want. Okay, enough talking. I am going to show you the beginning and then I will pause the video. I'm just going for now to generate some prompts here. I'm not going to do them all actually. I'm going to do 4 of them. And you will understand why. Oh, and by the way, here, in this prompt, you can see that it is image from a problem, for a problem. It's only problem actually at the beginning. Then you have solutions. And then you have a founder portrait, which is kind of creepy, I know. Let me make 2 solutions here. Okay, now I'm going to create and I'm pausing the video. So normally when I'm back, you will see all the images done. Okay, it is done at least for these ones. The first goal we want to achieve here is to find out the kind of style we like for the whole page, because as you can see, the images I generated from here are slightly different, even though they all start with the same kind of style, but the result is not the same. So if I would create different scenes, then in the end, I wouldn't have the same kind of atmosphere, color, way to draw, in this case, drawing, to draw the characters and so on. So what I want is to pick one that would be my main, let's say, focus. And I think this one looks fine. I like when there is no border. For example, this one is cool because, you know, it's white background, really clean white background. I like this one. It's very clean. I like minimal design. So I'm going to take that one and I'm just going to put it here. So now it's using it as a source so to create the other prompt. And now I'm going to rerun again every single prompt. So I'm going back, sorry, it's not here, to ChatGPT, and then I'm going to use this one. No worries, I'm not going to do it for all of them. I'm going to pause the video and then enter. Then I'm doing another one. And again, I paste the image, enter. Now I'm pausing the video and I'm doing all of them. Okay, here we go. We have all the images, and this is a very good example that can teach you something about Midjourney. It is really good to use the technique to use the image as a source. The problem is that you will get the same kind of scene. I'm not an expert in Midjourney. That's very basic knowledge. So here you can see that they are all cool, but they are all like one dog with a human being next to it. These ones are a little bit different, but still you also always find this kind of pattern. To break that, then you will have to start with a different picture and run some prompts so you can kind of tweak and step by step come to the point that you get your images. But right now, I think we can use these ones. And you also have the portrait ones. Why I'm using portraits? Let me come here. It's because in the landing page, in the end, we have what I call a connection block, which is meant to create connection with the person, humanize the product. And here you want to use your own picture, of course. I'm just creating it for the sake of the example. And if really you are ashamed to show yourself, then you still can use Midjourney to put a picture, but I do not recommend it. Okay, now we could technically implement, and I guess that this is what you expect right now, but I'm sorry, we need to do a little bit of hard work before. Before implementing, we need to understand what we implement and what result do we want so you can pick the right message to fit your needs. This is why we are going to the landing page crash course. The first thing to properly understand is what's the goal of the landing page actually. Where does it find the customer and what should be after? What is before the landing page? What is after the landing page? To summarize, you have your target audience that has a problem or a need. Then you, as the founder, you find an idea and you create a product or an offer. The product becomes your landing page, and this target audience with the problem are caught by different methods: advertising, cold outreach, organic content, whatever the method, but you just catch the right people's attention and you send them to the landing page. By the way, here I have the same kind of framework you are watching now. If you haven't watched it yet, you can find it to create 100 ads, by the way, that you can also use as organic contents in some ways that you can use to send traffic to your landing page. Okay, so that's our landing page that is receiving this traffic. But a landing page should always have one goal, one action. In our case, I am using the discovery quiz funnel. And this is also another video. I'm not going to walk you through it completely, but that's basically the complete funnel that go through the idea, you create a landing page, you create the ads, then you have a quiz in the middle to learn about the audience and to understand, for example, if this is like what the audience write in the quiz, to mention how painful is this problem for them. So you understand like really if this business idea is worth pursuing. Then you have a thank you page and so on and so forth. It's a complete video. And if you haven't watched it yet, you can find it here or directly on my channel. But just for telling you that I made this example thinking in the way that the only goal I want for my landing page is to go to the next step, because I don't want to let them know exactly what's the next step. And in the pop-up that will follow, they would take the quiz. I'm going to send them to the quiz where they can answer a few questions, so I'm validating if the idea is good. It doesn't matter, the principles are exactly the same. Maybe you already have something, and then it could be buy the product right away, sign up for something, download an app or install an app, whatever. The most important is to have one single goal. Now you have understood where is the landing page acting and what is the goal of the landing page. The question is, how do we address the person? How do we think of presenting our product in a way that it makes sense for them, that it will solve the problem? Here are most of the most famous copywriting frameworks that you can use for everything. It's not only for landing pages, basically. It is for everything. And I wanted to find one that work in 90% of the cases for 90% of the different products that you can use the same. And this is basically my favorite one, is the before-after bridge. Example, struggling to write blog posts. After generate full-length post in seconds, bridge, use our AI tool to streamline your content creation. It's funny, it's the same kind of example. I didn't write it though. But you get the point. You are explaining the problems, you are picturing the solution, and then you create the bridge. You are explaining the problem, you are picturing the desired outcome, and then you are creating a bridge with your solution. How does it look in the landing page? And here there is a lot of things to cover. Let's go section by section. The first thing someone sees when arriving on your landing page is the section that we call above the fold. And this section you should see it as it's a filter. It's something, I wrote it here, this is the filter where the visitor is assessing if yes or not, they will read the page further. So think of it as a complete summary of what is going to follow, so they know exactly they are in the right place. They are not somewhere else by mistake. They are in the right place. This is for them. It's of their problem, and it seems believable that the problem can be solved. And that's the whole goal of this section. If you go a little bit further, the headline, I'm not saying this is an amazing headline, right? I did that quickly, but you have different headline, like short, straight to the point, just explaining what it does. You can use a question, you can picture a desired outcome, or you can use what the product does, how it will benefit you, and in how long, or combined with an offer, something like that. But the prompt is already giving you 6 examples, so that's fine. Oh yeah, here I also, you can, what you want in general is to trigger an emotion or create a picture of a desired future. But it is really important that it needs to be achievable for the person. And in this case, they read everything and they're like, okay, seems fair. I'm going to continue reading. First test succeeded. Then here I have testimonial or word from the founder. Why word from the founder? Because here it is exactly the place where I would put all my social proof. Social proof means either it's a logo from a PR exposure that you had or actual testimonials. But if it's just a business idea, you don't have those, right? The product doesn't exist. So the press never saw it, and neither did the customers. So instead of having that, what I like to use is a word from the founder, which is made as a testimonial. It's not like it's presented as a testimonial. It's just, it kind of humanizes the product from the very beginning on. And this one I created, Positive Coach. That was the previous name he gave. It doesn't matter. What matter here is to kind of create a segmentation between those two sections by kind of giving an external voice of to the page. Okay, let's move on to the next one, the current situation. Here, and again, the prompt is doing it for you, but maybe you want to refine it. you really want to go deep into and to picture scenes that people can relate to when they read it. It's using as much as you can. I don't know how to say, image, verbs, or description that are precise enough that when you read, you picture it, and that the person directly sees it and say, okay, oh, that's me, I know that. Okay, and then read the next one. Oh, I know that one. Oh, this one, no, not me. This one, yeah, okay, fine, I continue. Because everything here is a test to read the next part. So if they are convinced here, they go down, they read that, and then they go to the next part. And here, it's a short paragraph that is kind of, you don't have to have it, but ideally you want to deconstruct a belief. Like kind of, they come here with their own beliefs, but you want to destroy them, to say, no, that's wrong because something else exists. It is the prompt will give you a very short sentence. Here you could have like a complete paragraph and so on, but it is just to make this statement. You are not alone. Many new dog owners face this challenge. Traditional trainings, methods, and generic advice often fail to address your dog's specific needs. Okay, fine. I thought it would work, but apparently it doesn't. So they continue. And here, same thing, testimonial. If you have testimonial, you put testimonial. If not, then you use a word from the founder. And then we arrive to the desired outcome. And let me explain a little bit more here. What is a desired outcome? Here's another example. A problem could be muscle tension creating pain. The solution to this problem could be a course that teaches you to relax every muscle of your body. The benefits you would get from this course is pain-free and you feel good. But the desired outcome is that you finally play with your grandkid and enjoy life on your own terms. I just want to really picture that for you, because people often mix up those three, desired outcome, benefits. Now, that's not the same. This is not the same as solution. Those are four different things. Problem, the solution, the benefits, and the desired outcome is basically how the life of the customer will be after they use the solution, they got the benefits, then their life become like that. Here it's same thing as the previous, picturing as much as possible. I'm telling you all of that because we do whatever we can to get good result with AI. And as I said, it's better than what an average copywriter would do. And with the time that it takes, it is definitely worth it. But if you have some knowledge, you always can adjust it to your needs. Okay, next paragraph, new paradigm. If we go back up, we deconstructed a belief, and now we want to create another one, introducing Positive Coach, a new way to train and care for your dog. It's not incredible copywriting here, but it does the job. This is not just another training guide. Positive Coach uses advanced AI to provide personalized advice and track your dog's progress, ensuring you have all the right tools, knowledge to raise happy dogs. Okay, here kind of the secret sauce is using advanced AI. Not awesome, but it works. We have created a new paradigm because we said normal training don't work. Here's our way to do it. That works. Secret sauce, unique differentiation. Okay, but now we want to rationalize it. Okay, fine. This seems to work, but how does it work? Here are 3 steps. Here it could be, depend on the product, either 3 steps or 3 features. Something, the goal here is really to rationalize that this can work. And before I go to the next one, the connection humanization, here you can also add more. If you have more to say about your product, you can show pictures, you can explain more in detail at this point. The most important is that you grab the right person, you engage them so they want to read, show them their problem, deconstruct the belief, show their desired outcome, reconstruct the belief, and now you can go on and on with your product. So here we have a very simple block, but if you really want, you can add more on it. And then the connection and humanization block is mostly to create this connection, right? It makes sense. And here it's obviously that's fake, it's an example, but here you want to really be yourself and explain the why behind the product. Why did you start? What made you in this journey to create this solution to help them? And finally, here you can or cannot have, or if you want, you don't have to have another one, that's okay. But what we want in the end is to finish with a last call to action. Ready to transform your dog's life? Yep, I want better care for my dog. All right. We are not too far. Last chapter of the landing page crash course, and then we go back and build the landing page. Golden rules. Those are applicable to every single landing page and basically every single copy, mostly that you do on the internet to sell anything. That is more for the first one is specific for a landing page, kind of. One single clear call to action. Make it clear and missable. So there are two things here. The first is to make it a single one, right? You don't want to, you can use different text in the button, but you want to be all leading to the same thing. You don't want to have two actions from your page. That's obvious. But you also want it to be extremely clear. And this is why we are always using a contrast. And here I have the same page, but I just blurred it. And as you can see, if you look through, you can see, even like that you need to click here, here, or here. Extremely simple. You want that. You want a strong color with the same kind of call to action again and again on the page. Here the page is not too long, but this is why I have only 3. If the page would be longer, then I tend to make more of them. You don't want to have too much neither, but it needs to be present enough. Okay. Be crystal clear in your writing. Don't assume they will understand. Write simple things. Do not use metaphors. Write for a 10-year-old child. That's it's kind of a marketing rule, right? It's not right for a 10-year-old child, but when you read your copy, always ask yourself, do a 10-year-old child would understand what I'm saying? Am I using a word that's too complicated? If yes, just change the word and use a simple word to say what you want to say. And never assume they will understand, because we are, as founders, entrepreneurs, marketers, we are in their mind, we are thinking of the product and everything makes sense when we write it, but we never think that the people that are reading our copy are discovering our product. So just don't use metaphor. You will avoid problems. Say everything in the titles, back it up with the paragraph. Most people only scan the page. Everything should be said only with the titles. Here is how someone would read the page. Most of the people, they would read here, the headline, okay, here they would read a lot of things and judge, okay, I'm reading. And now they are going to scan the page. Those sounds familiar, maybe read 1 or 2, you are not alone, okay, and now imagine 1 or 2, okay, introducing positive coach, okay, how does it work? Read this one, why I created, okay, ready to transform, okay. Then they go back here and they start reading. But you need to have convinced them with everything that is either a title or what is in bold. Everything they can read while scanning the page. Need to convince them and to have said most of the thing you have to say anyway in the page. Create curiosity loops. Each section triggers a validation process. Will I read the next part? I told you already, every part is an assessment to know if they will read the next one. No one cares about the product. People care about themselves. Write using you or yours or your, not us or I. Be customer-centric. And there is a very simple way to verify that it is the case. If you go on your page and sorry, I was just checking it before, but if you Control F here and then you type you should have a lot of words appearing with you. You can try with hours, hour, I, and so on to make sure that you are not talking about yourself and your product, but basically it should be a lot about you. It should be yellow everywhere. Okay, next one, write with one single person in mind. If you know someone that could use the product, then just write it for this person. When you write the text, don't think of a mass that you're writing to. Obviously here you have the AI, right, writing it for you, but the goal is to understand how you can modify it. And in this case, you always want to think of one single person. Create mental pictures as much as possible. I mentioned it before because it really makes the person visualize a scene they can relate to, so they are more likely to take an action from it because they are like, okay, that's me for sure. If possible, pick a side and declare an enemy. The AI won't do it for you. It is just if you really have a good understanding of your product and who you want to compete to, who are your enemies. Here, there is a nice quote from Paulo Coelho. People are willing to do anything for those who encourage their dreams, provide justification for their failures, diminish their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw stones at their enemies. If you can pick a side, if you can say it is us versus them, that's perfect. If you can't, it's fine. And finally, everything should make sense from ad to next step. Imagine the perfect customer at lunch break, opening their phone, seeing your ad, clicking, reading. Does everything make sense? And that is a piece missing, a step that a lot of people miss when they are creating ads or landing pages or anything. It's always to just take a moment and just close your eyes, put yourself in the shoes of the potential customer at lunch break or on the couch at night after a day of hard work, and just opening the Instagram app, scrolling a little bit, seeing some dogs and cats and friends and stuff like that, then seeing your ad, one of the ads that you have created. If you have an ad or if you have a post, whatever, then clicking on the link and landing on your landing page and reading that. Does everything make sense? Like, is it one single journey that makes sense step by step? And this is only the beginning, right? Because you have the ad, then you have the landing page, but then what is happening afterward, after the landing page? What's your next step? In our case, here, as I mentioned, we have a pop-up, then we have a quiz. So once you have built all of that, it's just like, just taking this moment and think very hard of the customer and go through the journey as if you would be the customer. And this one, so many people miss it. That's it for the golden rules and the landing page crash course. So now we can go into the fun stuff, which is building the page finally. As I previously mentioned, I've selected a tool and created the template inside of this tool. Why did I select this tool? It's because this is the simplest and more efficient tool I found, and moreover, it has the most generous free plan. Basically, with $0 per month, you can have contacts, you can send email, you can create sales funnel, you can you can write blog posts. Actually, the only thing you will have is that you will have the affiliate, like the branding from the tool, but basically you can run everything, and it's also incredible because you can even have a custom domain. So you can really buy a domain, plug it in this tool, and use everything for free and test your landing page. If you end up paying it, then here it's $27 per month, but they have an offer, and in the end, it's like, I think it's $16 or $17 per month when you take it for a longer period of time. So this is really good value for the price. This is why I picked this one, and I built the template into this one. It doesn't matter if you have another one, you can obviously build it into it, and you don't have to use the design, it's fine. Here I put affiliate links. It's not a big deal, but if in any case you end up using it and paying for it, then it would reward me with a little commission. So please, if you are using this template, then just make sure you go with those 2 links that I'm going to show you right now. If I go to the empty template, so if you don't have an account yet, it will walk you through the process of creating the account, and then finally you will have the template downloaded in your account. Since I have one, I'm directly here. So if I look at the page, the way it is completely empty. But the cool thing is that every single part here correlates with what you will find here, those pieces. So it is really easy to follow along and to just find the right ones. Or if you prefer not to have the empty page, you can use the other one, which is the example I've previously created before doing the video, which is the page I was showing all along the way. You can use this page and simply recreate, like replace every single pieces. It's completely up to you. So in our case, I simply duplicated this template, so I'm not messing up with the one I'm sharing with you. And I close the other window, so we simply have the template here to build. We have the mind map with all the written material, and we have the images that we can use. Let's go. Basically, I think you get the point. At this moment of the video, you already know how to do it. Just follow along if you want to see how I build it. But the most important is done already. And by the way, if you have found any value, please tell me in the comment. Say everything you want in the comments, everything you want to share, and like the video, because as you know, it really helps the channel to be shown to more people. And this represents a lot of work. So please, if you are still watching here, just take a moment and just go in the comment, like the video. I thank you very much for that. Okay, let's go back to the building part. Headline. What headline are we going to look for to use? Train your dog easily with AI guidance. Well, not terrible. Effortless dog training for first time on. Not bad. Effortless is a good word. Struggling to train your dog? No, I'm not really happy with that. I would probably use, try to regenerate some or just kind of rewrite it a little bit. This one is okay. Effortless dog training for first time dog owner. It's a straight to the point. It's a good one. Okay, let's go back to sub-headline. So now we are sub-headline. Tailored training plan for no. Easy follow guidance, strengthen. No, sorry, I was thinking it's not complete enough. Subheadlines here. Okay, subheadline needs to be something more objective that describe exactly what it is, what's the product, what does it do. Personalized AI training plan to help first-time dog owners build a strong foundation and obedience and trust with their pet effortlessly. I don't know, maybe you have realized I'm not native English, so I don't know exactly if that sounds good, but for the sake of this example, we are going to use this one. Okay, next one. Here we have 6 and we need 4 of them. Let me pick them. I just paused the video. Actually not, I'm not going to pause. So I'm taking this one. I tend to go with benefit first. Here it's kind of, normally it's more benefits, but it could be also features that are kind of rationalizing the whole thing. Strengthening the bond. Yeah, that sounds good to me. So I just select here, copy and paste. Little trick here, when I copy and paste like that, I use Control plus Cap plus V, which copy without actually copying the formatting that come from here. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go quickly. It doesn't matter. You get it. It's an example. You need to make sure it fits to your needs, right? And this one, call to action. Again, this is related to the kind of funnel, the kind of action that I want, which I talked about enough, I think, so you got it. Yes, I want a well-behaved dog. Start training now. Find out how very bad this one. Well, let's use this one. It's here. Okay. Now, first picture. What picture are we going to use here? It needs to be something cool that kind of trigger an emotion. We don't have one. We should go through the process of what I was describing before. I know with here, basically, you can have a problem kind of headline, and maybe you would picture a certain problem, or you can have like here it's kind of straight to the point. So I would suggest something, yeah, it doesn't matter, right? Let me choose. Okay, I think I got this one. I think I like this one. It's clean. The dog is well behaved. There is a connection between them. Okay, the hand is not amazing, but that would do the job. Here, if it wouldn't be an example, I would upscale it first, and then I would go to something like, let me up to a website like tinygpg.com, just to optimize, at least minimum to have a landing page that is loading fast. Since it's an example, I'm just going to do that. Normally it should work. No, it won't work like that. It will work if I do that. So I click on the image, image file, here, go back on my images, here. Okay, drop the image. I didn't upscale, nothing, but it's fine. All right, not too bad. Now, before we go to the next parts, maybe you don't like this font, you don't like this one, and you don't like the color. That's fine. Maybe you have recognized my own branding, and let me put that on the side. Okay. Here I clicked on settings, and I can choose a font from every single Google font. And for example, here it's for the default typography, but here it is for the heading typography. So that's my font, but let's say I want something a little bit different. Maybe Merryweather, which is nice. I don't know why I lost my headline though. Let me put my subheadline. Okay, let's keep it this way. It's not too bad. Also, you can, here it's just font, so you can simply go ahead and go back to your prompt actually. And if you remember, at the toward the middle, after the second prompt, we got a color and a name. I think it was here, audience name. No, it was before. Here, AI dog trainer coach. So I can use it for the name, up, and then I can pick my color, tomato red, for strong contrast on call to action. Perfect. Now let's try it with tomato red. Unfortunately, there is not a way to change all the colors, so you have to do it yourself. But I think it's fine. How does that look? Right. It's okay. It's okay. Not too bad. So if you do that, then you also need to do it here. All right, and here. Okay, looks not too bad. If I save changes, pretty good. Well, there is a lot of space, but that's fine. Looks nice. Okay, let's go to the next step. So I'm going down. Message from the founder. Here. So the founder is you. So obviously, if you want to change it, it's up to you. But at least you have something already. Then we have title grabbing attention. Does this sound familiar? Sounds good to me. Here, then we have the description. Every time you try to train a dog, you feel lost and unsure where to start. The conflicting advice only adds to your confusion. Remember what we found in the customer research? This is where it comes from. You've tried multiple training methods, but nothing seems to work constantly. The frustration is starting to take a toll on your bond with your dog. You're anxious about taking your dog out in public. They were talking about that. Worried about how they'll behave, the stress is affecting your enjoyment of owning a pet. I would say it's fair enough. Okay, let me pause and I do the exact same thing here. Okay, so I've just done it and I selected this picture. I was not really happy of all. I didn't find one picture I wanted, and this is related to what I told you before. Technically, I would have run more prompt until the point that I find many pictures representing problems and stuff. It's fine. It works. The person is kind of in pain or worried or something like that. And here I had only 3 because they are quite long. And what you can do is to split them up. So here you remove the bold, put it in italic so people would remember. People only scan through the pages. So here it is easier to read if I do that. Just wanted to show you up. And maybe this one, for me, it's not bold enough. Yeah, maybe like that. Like that is not bad. So how does that look? Okay. Not bad. Let's move on to the next one. Belief deconstruction. If I here, you're not alone. I mean, mostly the prompt would give you that. If you have something, because it fits to every product, basically. If you have something better, just go ahead and use it. Just copying, not going too much into detail yet here. Many first-time dog owners feel overwhelmed by the amount of conversation. Okay. I want to do that, so I separate it. Message from the founder. I have one here. Again, if you have a testimonial or if you want to write something yourself. And now we are talking about the desired outcome. Same thing, and I will make it bold, and I will use the 3 paragraph I got, which, by the way, I don't know why he gave me only 3, but it will be fine. This one, and the last one. Not reading everything. I guess you have time to do it while watching. And again, remove bold, make it italic, just to split it a little bit and make it more readable. Here, and the last one. Okay, and this one I can remove here. All right, so now the image, let's go back to Midjourney and see if we have something that fits our need. So they should be really happy. Problem is, again, I only have the same kind of thing, but I think I can use, ideally here, I think I would have it like I would rather have something like that. I'm not going to use that. Or why not? Oh yeah, I think this one can work. Okay, again, I would run more prompts, but for now it will be fine. All right, new paradigm headline. Go back here, introducing the solution. Okay. And then this is not just another dog training program. Well, it looked like the first one you have seen, but obviously it's the same product, right? And then we have the solution, 3 steps. Step 1, 2, 3. Okay. How does it work? It's already here. So I can just keep step 1. I copy Control+C here, and here, Control Cap V. And actually here it was Control X. Now, what I want is to keep only these parts, and I messed up, completely messed up here. I want to keep that part. Okay. All right, that looks better. So if you don't want to mess up like me, you can simply copy this one first. Step 2, sorry, and then copy this one. And this one, I'm pausing so it's not too long. Okay, ideally here you would use a picture of your product, but since we are not having those, then we want to have something that kind of work and describe a little bit what they would get. It would be something with maybe a phone or something. Or we can use that one. What style though? Let's use that one. Okay. Doesn't have a phone though, but here, image, and go. And finally, we have, almost finally, we have the connection block headline. We don't use the message from the founder here. We use this one. And then here, this paragraph. And we are going to use an image of the founder since we don't have one. Let's say, and this guy looks really nice. So we are going to use him. Insert, make it bold. Why not? Message from the founder. It was just above actually. Well, we have it, so we use it, but you don't have to. Okay, and we have the call to action. Let's put it, make it bold. The sub-headline to the call to action. And finally, the last call to action. It's here. And maybe I forgot something here. Yeah, I forgot this one, so I'm going to use the same text. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at the end result. So I have to get out of the editing section and view funnel step. Not bad. You're not alone. And now imagine this. Bim, step 1 to 3. Nice founder. Call to action. Done. Okay, we can check out the mobile version. So that's a little trick. You just click inspect and you click here so you can have the mobile version here. And you can see that you can adjust it. I will show you how. But basically it kind of work, right? It's not bad at all. I know I'm self-celebrating myself a lot, but it took me a lot of time to do it, so I guess you understand. Okay, I just wanted to show you how you can modify the mobile version. I'm not giving you a tutorial on how to use this tool. It's pretty straightforward, I guess you will find out. But here you have both of them, so maybe you want to make the title a little bit bigger, whatever. And here we want it bold. Maybe it's better. Or maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back here and summarize a little bit what we have done. We went from the business idea, we went to customer research, we created the copywriting using our list of prompts, and as well as the images. And then finally we implemented, and we have a live page where you can put any domain name and use ads on it and whatever. What we haven't done though is to create the next action, what is going to follow the landing page, and that is completely up to you. If you want to use this method, then just go and watch this video, which will teach you the whole process, and then you can adapt this landing page to this process. Anyway, that's it for this video. I really hope you got value out of it. It really took me so long, way longer than I thought, but I really wanted to create something that it is just easy to use, that you just have to follow and you can do it again for yourself. I think I did. So please, I mentioned it already, but if you haven't done already, leave a comment and like this video. Obviously subscribe to the channel if you want more content like that. And by the way, in the comments, you can simply tell me what you would like to see. That would help me a lot to create more content, even though I have plenty of ideas already, but I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, that's it. And I'm showing you at the screen 2 videos, which are, the first is this one I'm just mentioned to create the complete framework, and the other one is the market research. So if you haven't, and if you don't have an idea yet, then you can find one. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.